Hi. Okay. So we are on Vloggy Thoughts 6. I don't know. I'll figure it out before I post this. But I just finished doing Lime and Violet Live, which, if you don't know, Lime and Violet is a knitting, spinning, crafty podcast that is massive. And they've been going strong for like 4 years, and they have this huge following, and they're super funny. And they recently started doing this weekly video thing on Facebook where you can actually, it's like a virtual Stitch and Bitch, and it's super fun. And I've been doing it every week, and I love it. And each week there's sometimes themes, sometimes people pay attention to the themes, sometimes not. But this week there wasn't really a theme, but most people were just showing like whips and UFOs and, you know, things that they've recently finished. And it's called What's on the Needle Wednesdays, the show itself. So it's pretty much just whatever you're working on that week. So it inspired me to pull out all of the projects that I'm working on. And by all of the projects, I mean the projects that I still consider active, things that I want to finish. I have a lot of UFOs that are stuffed in bags in corners of my craft room and my bedroom that are in exile. I used to call it timeout, but I think there's a certain point where we've moved past timeout and have moved into exile. So some of these things are in exile. But anyway, so I pulled out the things that I'm still like actively working on, and I wanted to share some of them today. So I also wanted to share some yarn that I got recently. So this is more like a normal person blog post, I think. I haven't done one of these in a while, but this, if I was going to blog, this is what I would be blogging about. Also, for the Lime and Violet thing, I made a puppet of my friend Lori out of a monster that Violet drew of Lori. So this is Lori. Say hello, Lori. Lori is a wine buyer for a restaurant. She's not an alcoholic. That's why she's holding the wine bottle and the wine. It's not as bad as it seems. So things that I'm still working on. I am still trying to make way on my niece's dress. One of the things that I'm working on that is on a due date and is going to be a kit that I do these knit-alongs in conjunction with my friend Jennifer from Desert Garden Farm, and she dyes the yarn, and then I design something, and then everybody knits it together. This is the one cowl to rule them all, and this is the cowl thus far. You can't really see, it's out of hand spun. Jennifer spun the yarn, so it's really nice because she's a really good spinner. Let's see if I can get it up there. It's a really simple stitch pattern. It looks kind of similar to Feather and Fan, but there's no purl ridges, and it uses knit 4 together, which is kind of interesting, so it creates a really interesting thing. We needed a stitch pattern that would work with a bunch of different types of hand spun, so I was looking for something that was going to be simple but pretty. So that's what this is, and I love this hand spun. It's so pretty. It's one of my favorite colors. It's a really dark teal, and it's got mohair locks in it too, so it adds a little bit of texture. I think this will look good with all kinds, with a smooth yarn, with a nubby yarn, all kinds of yarns. And then I'm still working on the February maiden sock. I haven't made a whole lot of progress since the last time I showed it to you guys, because like I said, I've been working on that cowl, because that's going to be coming due here shortly. So I got some yarns recently that I wanted to show you guys. So I've been kind of obsessed with Bugga from the Sanguine Griffin, which is weird because I hate bugs. And when I first looked at this line of yarns, I thought the colorways were really pretty, but I was like, they're named after bugs and that grosses me out. But the colorways are so pretty that it's worth it. So I've got 2 new Bugga colorways. This one is the Southern Green Stink Bug. And it's a really pretty, like, somewhere between emerald green and teal. I really like it. Hello, little dog. What can I do for you? Do you need up here? Excuse me. And then I also got the Cuban Cockroach, which the camera doesn't really do it justice. It is a bright, bright, bright lime green. I love it. I may throw up a picture of it that that Sanguine Griffin did, that in her light box. It's really, really pretty. Don't lick me. Stop it. Sorry. Talking to my dogs. And then I got the Southern Green Stink Bug I traded with Lori. This Lori right here. She had it in her stash and just wasn't really in love with the colorway, so we traded another yarn for this, which I love. And then I also traded her something else for this yarn Teeny, which is, I mean, they're actually almost the exact same colorway. I didn't really realize that, which is fine because clearly I'm a big fan of green. I mean, like, everything I'm working on is like teal green. So I love teal and I love green, so it's fine. But I love how this yarn feels, this yarn Teeny. It's a 75-25 merino nylon mix, and I have lots of yarns that are that mix, but for some reason this just feels nice and tight. It doesn't feel like springy. So I think this is definitely going to be socks. I think the bugga is probably going to be shawls or other things because it's just got a really, this one I think is skinny bugga. This is skinny bugga, the Southern Green Stink Bug, and then this one is regular bugga. So the regular bugga is a little thicker, and the skinny bugga is more what I would consider a traditional fingering weight. But the regular bugga, I think some people call it DK. I wouldn't call it quite that thick, but it's definitely, it's like a heavy sock. So I got the yarn Teeny, the two things of bugga, and then for my birthday, Lori sent me Woolmiza. Yes. So she sent me the colorway Hersblut, which is like this. The camera makes it look almost orange, but it's like bright, bright, bright red. So I don't know what this is going to be. I might just hoard it and pet it and love it. I don't know. And maybe name it George. I don't know. Then the other thing that I got was I was in a swap, and Minnie, who works for the Lime and Violet Empire, she is Minnie, she sent me this. And this right here is some of her hand spun, and it's like super bright orange and yellow, and then it's contrasted with this blue and green, and it's such nice hand spun that it looks almost commercially spun. I mean, like, it's super even. So I don't know what to make with this. So I'm taking suggestions for something that would be good for a highly variegated hand spun. I think the tag, which I've lost already, said it was about 200 yards, like somewhere between 200 and 300 yards. So I have giant feet, so probably not enough to make socks. I think it is a fingering weight. But I don't, it's got cat hair all over it because my cat loves hand spun, and so she makes out with it. Anyway, so I need something, maybe a cowl, maybe a hat. I don't know. So give me ideas. I want something to do with this. So, I think that's everything that I've got going on right now. I also have this sweater that I have had on the needles forever. I love the yarn. It's just a regular top-down cardigan. It's got a little tiny bit of a V-neck. It's going to be long sleeve, long. But I love the yarn. The yarn is really fuzzy and soft. So I might finish this eventually, hopefully sometime before I'm 80. But so that's what I've got on the needles right now. I'd love to hear about what other people are knitting because I haven't been blogging like a normal human being, so I have no idea what other people are working on. So if you have something to share, if you want to tell me what you're working on, I would love to hear about it. So I think the next vlog that I do is going to be showing you guys around my craft space. I need to wait for my honey bunny to bring home the actual camera, though, not the one that's attached to my computer. So hopefully he'll bring that home tonight, and tomorrow I can record that because I have something very special in the works, and I'm very excited about it. And it's going to be awesome. But I can't tell you about it until I debut it, and there's jazz hands and all kinds of things. It's going to be very cool. I'm building stuff for it, so I'm very excited. So that'll be coming soon. The semester is almost over. My last paper is due tomorrow. My last test is on Monday, and then I am done. So, and then I get 3 whole months off, until the fall when I start again. I do it all over again. But I'm very excited to have the summer off. I have a lot of really cool stuff planned for the summer. So I'm going to leave the parting shot with my pups because they're adorable. Say hi, puppies. Say hi, look up here. You want to sing? You go, oh, sing for the camera. Oh,